Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about Batman Fluxx. Batman Fluxx is a card game manufactured by Looney Labs in 2015. It is rated for ages 8 and up, seats anywhere from 2 to 6 players, and runs anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes of game time. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we? Batman Fluxx was released in 2015 by Looney Lab Games. It falls in line with their other themed products such as Pirate Fluxx, Firefly Fluxx, Cthulhu Fluxx, Star Fluxx, among many others. The game is novel in its own way, as it does come with more creepers than most normal Fluxx games, since Batman does have a larger rogues gallery of villains. The game does have 5 additional promo cards that can be added to the game, which include 4 creepers of Clayface, the Mad Hatter, Killer Croc, and the Scarecrow. It also did come with a special action card promo card, which allowed for coin flipping with Two-Face, and also came with a Batman 2-sided coin. There is no rule for who goes first in this game. The players get to decide. To set up this game, place the basic rules card in the center of the table. Shuffle the deck and deal 3 cards to each player. Place the remaining deck face down next to the basic rules to form a draw pile. At the start of the game, there will be no goal or new rule cards in play. They will be added as the game progresses. Fluxx is a game about change, so this game will change as you play it. The game begins with just a couple of very simple rules and becomes more complex as additional rules are added via special cards called new rules. Start by following the basic rules. Draw 1 card and play 1 card, and adapt to all additional new rules as they are played. Players take turns going clockwise around the table, drawing and playing the indicated number of cards until someone meets the current goal condition. Goal cards set the winning condition. Meeting the goal will require that you have a specific combination of cards called keepers on the table in front of you. When a new goal is played, it replaces the old goal. Depending on what rules are in play, you potentially have 4 options on your turn of things you can do. First, draw the number of cards currently required. Second, play the number of cards currently required. Third, discard down to the current hand limit if there is any. And fourth, comply with the current keeper limit if there is any. When playing your card, you may choose any card in your hand. There is no options that require you to play anything in any particular order. This game does contain 7 different types of cards. The first of these is the basic rules card. This is the starting point, the foundation on which the rest of the game is built. These initial rules will be superseded by new rules during the course of play, but this card should remain on the table at all times. The basic rules are draw 1 card per turn and play 1 card per turn, with no other restrictions such as a hand or keeper limit. The second type of card in this game is the new rules card, which is in yellow. To play a new rule, place it face up near the basic rules. If it contradicts a new rule already in play, discard the old rule. New rules take effect instantly, so all players must immediately follow the new rule as required. This will often cause the player whose turn it is to draw or play additional cards right away, or it may cause other players to immediately discard some of their cards. The third type of card in this game is the goal card, pictured in pink. These cards show the specific keepers you must have on the table in front of you in order to win. To play a goal, place it face up in the center of the table, discarding any previous goal, if any. The game begins with no goal in play, so no one can win until one is played. The goal applies to everyone. As soon as someone meets these conditions, they win, even if it is someone else's turn. The fourth type of card are keeper cards, pictured in green. To play a keeper, take it out of your hand and place it on the table in front of you face up. Most goals require you to have a particular pair of keepers, so playing a keeper is always a good thing. If a keeper has a special power, you must have the card on table in front of you in order to make use of that power. You must first play a keeper before using a keeper's power. The fifth type of card are action cards, pictured here in blue. Action cards are used once and discarded. Just do whatever the card says, then place it on the discard pile. Actions can sometimes cause major chaos, and yet at other times have no effect at all. Note that while some actions may cause additional cards to be played, everything that happens as a result of an action card is considered part of one play. The sixth type of card are surprise cards. This type of card can be played at any time, even when it is not your turn. Please note that surprises have two functions, one for during your turn and one for out of your turn. Surprises can also be used to cancel other surprise cards. The seventh and final type of card are creeper cards. Unlike keepers, which are things you want because they help you win, creepers are undesirable cards which often prevent you from winning. Creepers are kept on the table in front of you in the same area as your keepers. Whereas keepers stay in your hand until you decide to play them, creepers are played automatically. As soon as you draw a creeper, you must place it face up in front of you and draw another card. This does not count as a play. You might have to accept several creepers at once as you draw cards until you have drawn the required number of non-creepers and added them to your hand. Please note that this is true at any time you draw a card, such as during an action. There are a few situations where creeper cards aren't that bad, where you can actually move them onto another player to keep them from winning, and there are several goal cards that do require creepers so that way you can actually win the game. The game continues until someone meets the conditions of the current goal. That player wins instantly no matter whose turn it is. If a tie occurs, the game continues until one winner emerges. With this game, a few points of order do need to be made. If the draw pile runs out, shuffle the discard pile, turn it over, and make a new draw pile. New players may join at any time by being dealt a hand of 3 cards. Whenever something mentions a card in play, this refers to a card that is face up on the table, but not in the discard pile. If you have a keeper in play and you want to play another keeper, you do not have to discard the first keeper to play the second keeper. You can have as many keepers in play as you want unless there is a keeper limit rule in play. Well, this has been an overview of Batman Fluxx. Batman Fluxx is a decent addition to the Fluxx family of games. It has some great theming. It has art directly from the cartoon series, which kind of make it fun. This particular Fluxx game is out of print due to the fact that the license has expired for Looney Labs, but you can still find the game online or at several local retailer stores. The game goes online anywhere from about $30 to $70, depending on where you find it and if it's still factory sealed or not. It is worth it if you do want a different variation theme in Fluxx game. This game has a lot more creepers than the standard one, so it makes it a little more entertaining to play, especially since there are more victory conditions involving creepers. The game, as always, is very easy to pick up, very easy to learn. It's very kid-friendly. The Batman theming one has some nice promo cards, which can add even more flavor to the game, which I have mentioned previously in the video. But if you haven't played Batman Fluxx, I would recommend picking up this game. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamer's Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on Batman Fluxx from Looney Labs. If there's a game in the future you'd like us to review or go over, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that way you can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please have a great gaming day.